Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a Rossignol Arcade 88 for you today. It's a carryover model from last year, same construction, shape, and profile, same graphic as well. This is a strong and burly carving ski with a wider bodied footprint. There's definitely a lot that points this towards an all-mountain ski, but the fact that it carves so incredibly well and kind of fits the mold of a frontside ski puts it more into a high-end carving kind of realm. I think it's hard to kind of take an 88 and say it's not an all-mountain ski, but the fact that it does what it does on groomers really puts it more into an on-piste specific ski. The width is helping with an off-trail or a softer snow perspective, but the stiffer flex and kind of burlier overall nature just really make this thing excel on groomers. So it's hard to ignore what it does the best for what it might do based on the numbers. It is built with a poplar wood core. We do get 2 sheets of metal in here, vibration absorption system in the tips, and then we also get a line control technology, central spine for sturdiness and damping. These are strong and stable skis. They are some of the stiffer skis out there that we've ever flexed. It just is a really, really burly feel. Thick wood core profile. Those rectangular sidewalls are thick and burly from tip to tail. With that metal incorporated in there, it just makes for a very, very strong ski overall. This is the 170, and we are on the scale at 1,915 grams. So, if you go a little bit longer than that, you'll be over 2,000 grams easy. Putting these on the kind of heftier side of the spectrum for that range of ski. Shape and profile, this is kind of where it gets interesting because it's just like they took a frontside ski and then made everything wider and then even put a stiffer and stronger build into it. We get a 14-meter turn radius in the 170, and it's actually pretty hard to find that radius because they're so stiff. So when you tip it on edge, you got to make sure to get it up on a high edge angle pretty quickly because the energy of the ski is so great. It doesn't really allow you to kind of massage into the turn. It really just rips you right through it. So you got to kind of be well balanced and on your toes and have a pretty good skill set to try to get that 14-meter arc. It does have that stiff camber underfoot. It's just a lot to really compress when you're getting into a turn. Not a lot of tip or tail rocker going on here. Pretty classically shaped, a little bit more tip rocker than we see in the narrower Arcade 84, but we also see less tail rocker. So this is more of a traditional tail shape than the Arcade 84. Round-ish, but also pretty flat in terms of rocker. So it's going to hold on pretty tight to the end of that 14-meter radius. It's all there. When you're trying to link those arcs, you get a ton of rebound and energy out of the ski. But it's kind of specific in that nature. You can take it off trail, but you do have to be aware that it is going to want to turn. When you have a ski that's more heavily cambered, it does kind of push down on the tips and the tails, doesn't allow for much playfulness or driftiness. It does want to be engaged in a turn most of the time. And that's kind of up to you as a skier, whether that's a benefit that you're looking for or whether it's something that might hinder you if you're more exploratory and want to get into more bumps and trees. It can do it, but you kind of got to be ready for it. We do have some tester feedback here. Brad Showerman notes, this ski rips on the groomers, very energetic and playful in the turns. Holds an edge incredibly well, easy to lay over and have a great time carving. 9 out of 10 overall impression. Remember on our Rossignol Media Day, we had some nice soft packed powder, and that was really fun on these skis because you weren't so locked into a turn on firm snow. You could actually feel the width of this ski end up being a little bit more kind of amenable to those more packed powder conditions. So dynamite in that stuff. Just a question of percentages. You know, how often are you doing that versus how often are you in more hard pack stuff versus how often are you in an off-trail situation. So you just got to get past the flex and the stiffness and the weight of this ski and that shorter radius as to whether it's going to be a viable option as an all-mountain ski. As a frontside ski, 100%, this thing rips carved turns, incredibly reliable and just stock steady no matter what. So definitely make sure to check out this Arcade 88 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.